What's up, Black family? What's up, Black family? Welcome to another edition of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the Black community. And that's pretty much all we do here. And we got some good stuff to talk today.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes. I am Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is.
Thank you.
Of course. Oh, man.
Well, in the words of Dion Cole, well. We made it.
Oh, man. Marvin is in the house. What's up, bro? What's up, man?
I want to say it's over, but I don't think it's quite over yet.
Yeah, it's not quite over yet, man. The story has not even begun to be over yet because, somebody has decided they didn't want to leave. Mm-hmm. But guess what?
I don't know. You gotta go. You gotta get up out of here.
Come on now. In the words of Morris Day, one of my favorite artists.
Not Morris.
Hey, I gotta quote Morris, man. Morris is my man. Morris is my man. In the words of Morris Day, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we have a new POTUS, and that's pretty much what this episode is all about. This is episode 17.
Yeah, 17.
We're getting up there.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, episode 17, man. It says Trump's out. What now?
Yes.
What now for us as foundational Black Americans? What now? We got the biggest problem out of our hair. So what is our next move? So, and of course, and Nas, if you're up to it, man, I'm definitely going to give you a buzz, bro. So I can get your insight on this situation, because I'm quite sure people would love to hear what you have to say.
I would like to hear from Leslie, too.
Leslie, too, yeah.
Yeah, because he's from Alabama.
Yeah, Les hasn't chimed in just yet. I don't think he's listening. He might be listening. He might not be listening. But if he is, we'll get him hooked up here.
And anybody else who wants to?
Oh yeah, anybody else, man?
Yeah,
I think I'll put the chat line open.
I think I had told Reggie that I would like for people to call in this time, because I would like to know if they're not too, I won't say embarrassed, or like open to talk about who they voted for and why.
Yeah.
I would like to know that, if that's the topic that they would like to have, because I'm just curious, because I'm just still surprised that it was even as close as it was.
You know what? It's like, when I saw that, even though I didn't vote, and I'd be the first to tell anybody that I didn't vote at all, because in my opinion,
that's why it was so close.
Whatever. Anyway, I didn't vote because I didn't have a dog in the fight. You know, I mean, because nobody had a black agenda on their docket, so I didn't really vote. I mean, there's nothing in it for me, so why should I even think about voting? But anyway, the point is, if you voted for whoever you voted for, there's a reason why you voted for that particular person.
Right.
Be it Democrat or Republican. There's a reason why you voted for that person. Now, I might open the phone lines for that. But if I do open the phone lines, please, people, if you call in, try to keep your calls shorter than 3 minutes. So other people can call in, because we only have the one line for now. So, just bear with us on that. So I will let everybody know when I open the phone lines, but yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Marvin said he voted. So
good job. Good.
Well, he did his due diligence, so
yes.
I'm not mad at the brother. It is what it is. That's still my dude. We've been friends for too damn long for me to hate him because he voted.
Oh, so. Lord. We can't be friends no more.
Nah, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't do
you
that.
You are a voter.
You're a voter. I can't be with your. I can't kick it with you.
Right. No.
You're going with the grain instead of against it. Come on.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that's cool. Whoever voted, that's cool. I'm it's all good. I would never tell anybody not to vote.
Right. Too many of our ancestors voted. I mean, died, plead, blood, whatever.
Yeah.
For us to have that right.
Right.
To voice our opinion.
But as usual, I got a couple of books.
Yes, sir.
Les is in, man. He said he'd be home in about 30 minutes. So
all right, I would like to hear from you.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we'll get you hooked up, Les.
Nice.
Okay, and as usual, I have a couple of books. Books that Black people should read at least once in a lifetime. Now, I'm not going to beat a dead horse on Millie Fuller's book, The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code, so I'm not going to put it out there. You already know that book is important, so I'm not going to put it back out there, because it definitely has some stuff on politics in it. So Because according to Nellie Fuller's writings, politics is one of the 9 areas of human activity that white supremacy is control of.
Right.
So I'm not.
And that's the one that you and Les talk about that was wrote in like the 60s or 70s.
Right.
That's still relevant now.
That's still relevant to this very day. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Which is why it's a very important book. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Well, I'm going to put it out there anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And a lot of people that's listening are going to get mad at me when I say this, but I really don't care. Look here, people. Now, I understand we have a lot of people that's really heavy into Christianity and whatever religion that you're into. Right. I get that. But in this day and age, put the Bible down, pick up this book, The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. Trust me on this. It will help you a whole lot more than the Bible ever would. I promise you that. And if you don't like me saying that, that's just too damn bad. I said it. And I'm going to stand by it. Right. So that's a very important book. Now, I'm not saying that the Bible doesn't have some good stuff in it. Right. I never said that.
I just want to say add to it.
I am not anti-religion.
Right.
But I'm just saying, put the Bible down, pick this book up. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. It'll help you out a whole lot better.
Better than the Bible? Or will it give you a different perspective?
It'll give you a different insight. Let's put it like that for those of you that are really heavy into religion. It'll give you a better insight. Okay? Plain and simple. But,
I can roll with that.
Okay. All right. But still, y'all, definitely get this book. I mean, don't just say the Bible has all the answers because it doesn't. Sorry. I'm sorry. I got to put it out there. It does not have all of the answers.
Well, biblically, yes.
Well, spiritually it does, but that's different. This ain't spiritual right here.
Day-to-day life,
this ain't spiritual right here.
Every now and then.
This ain't spiritual right here.
Yeah.
This has to do with spirituality or, your human beingness. Let's put it like that. It has to do with everyday life and politics and how us as black people get along in the world of white supremacy.
How to function.
There you go. Yes. So anyway, of course, Nellie Fuller's book. Got to put that out there. And here's another one. The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. I mean, it basically talks about mass incarceration, but there's a couple of political jewels in this book also. If you haven't read this book, by all means read it. I read this book. When did I read this book? I want to say about 2005, 2006, somewhere along in there. Oh, wow. That's when I read it. So, and it's relevant. It's still relevant. I mean, I forgot when it was written, but but it's definitely an important book. Definitely read this book. And yeah, The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Good stuff. And here's a book that you've read.
Oh, okay.
Conversations in Black on Power, Politics, and Leadership written by Ed Gordon. Tell us about that, because I haven't read it.
Oh my God, I started reading this at the beginning of COVID. We had went to Barnes & Noble, picked up some books for Miss Judy. Hey, Miss Judy.
Hey, Mom, if you're listening.
I saw it, and I'm like, well, let me pick this up, because I always like to look at different conversations or interviews that Ed was having with other people, and I always found him captivating how he handled the whole situation. And so I picked up the book and I read it, and I was in awe. He wrote it in 2020, of course, and it was pretty much going to be a conversation with different people like T.I., Maxine Waters, Killer Mike, Angela Ray, Michael Eric Dyson, just about their conversation about what they thought about the black vote for the 2020 election. Do Black Lives Matter?
Right.
And how we're going to function after Obama. And when I tell you that book was so fascinating, and it relates to where we are now, our topic of the podcast today.
Right.
It's like, now that Trump is gone instead of Obama, now we're here Trump. What are we going to do?
Right.
Where do we go from here? What's next?
Right.
Will we get we get a hand up this time? Are we still looking for a handout? A come up?
Right.
Some assistance? Tag me in, coach? Will we ever get that?
Right.
And so it was a good book. So I would recommend this book. I read it in like a day and a half. And I was fascinated.
Yeah, we're fast readers around here, y'all. We really are. I mean, because
when it's fascinating to me and it piques my interest, like for a fact, like it's like a movie. If it don't give me the first 15 minutes, I'm out.
She is gone,
sleep.
Man.
I am sleep.
She's sleep. I mean, she's cutting laws. She's counting.
I am out snoring.
She's counting sheep, everything, man. So we gotta watch that.
Yeah, but this book captivated my attention because I was like I said, with so many different individuals that he had in the book that he interviewed for this book. Yeah. And as you can see on the screen, some of the names of the people that was in the book that gave their So, but I was really impressed by everybody came Amy Maxine. I was really impressed by her. And you know what, guys? Honestly, I was really impressed by T.I.
Well,
really impressed by T.I.
People take T.I. and they take him lightly because of his heavy Georgia accent.
Well, I think it's because of his occupation before he became a rapper.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's.
Yeah,
some people don't take. He even said that some people don't take him seriously. They don't think that he has like an official thought process or like a good conversation to have that people will think that he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
but I really did. I liked it.
In other words, he was a street pharmacist, and people think that just because he was in street pharmaceuticals, that he didn't have a brain in his head.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I was very fascinated
by
his conversation.
That judged the book by the cover, in other words.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, my girl Stacey Abrams. I have a girl crush on her. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is, but just becoming aware of her when she was running for governor and how they cheated her out of that, and her conversation in Ed Gordon's book. And just like with this election, how she was a go-getter and went out there and got like over 800,000 people registered to vote and make sure they knew what the vote process was, and how it was just everything I hear about her, or if I see her having a conversation or an interview, I stop what I'm doing, I listen to it, or I watch it. She's my girl crush. My girl crush. She's very, very inspirational.
Okay. Well,
but guys, pick that book up. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm about to take a look see myself. Yeah, just to see what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
So yeah. Well, we don't really have no current events, do we, babe?
No, just this old election.
That's a current event right there.
That was supposed to happen on the 3rd and didn't end until the 7th.
It still ain't ended, man. They still counting votes.
Well, yeah, they still counting votes. But at least they officially, what they call it,
they announced
selected.
Yeah. They're officially selected a winner.
Yeah, selected, but they're still counting.
And people are still geeked about it, man.
All over the world.
I mean, here's my whole thought about this situation.
Okay.
It is sad when people are cheering worldwide when you lose.
Yeah. And we were looking at the news this morning. It's
how
amazing
how
he's from New York. He meaning Agent Orange in the White House. He's from New York, and they were saying, "Boo, get out, you gotta go."
Man,
I like, that's crazy.
When your hometown is telling you to kick rocks, something's wrong.
Something is wrong.
But here's here's a really bad part. When a third world country hears about you losing, and they telling you to kick rocks.
Yeah, I saw Paris. What they saying? Paris was shooting fireworks
and
ringing the bells.
And ringing the bell. In London, they was ringing the bell. Everywhere, they was everywhere.
And
even Korea, Japan, Thailand, Bangladesh, India, everywhere.
For Kamala,
everywhere.
And then they kept saying that they feel like we'll be better now that America has voted a new president in office. Isn't that crazy?
That's sad, man. But that is really sad.
Other countries that say that really about our country.
Yeah, that's really sad. But it is what it is. Because we knew that Trump was an a-hole.
Nice word.
I'm being PG-13 today because my mother might be listening. Hi, Mom.
Thank you.
So I got to cut the cursing down. Unfortunately. So, but anyway, one might slip out because
it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is.
Some of the stuff he do and some of the stuff he said along the way, it'll make you cuss. Like last week, I re-listened to the podcast last week. I think I did a little cussing last week.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? But he just, his mannerism and his tone and his presence, just,
yeah.
You're like, where did you come from?
Well, and now he's saying that the vote, the election was fraudulent. Now, he wasn't saying that 4 years ago when he was winning. I mean, that's my whole point. All of a sudden, everybody's cheating because you didn't win. Does that make any sense to anybody here? But then again, if you are a narcissistic, I almost slipped. When you're a narcissistic butthole, then of course you're going to think that everybody is against you.
Right.
Which is not cool. I mean, you know.
I think where everybody got a little, we were already timid.
Yeah.
But I think where we got just ticked off is the press conference that he gave on Thursday.
Yeah.
Where he was pretty much saying that the election had been stolen from him.
Yeah.
And we're trying to rig the election to take it from him. Well, and then he started naming Pacific people, started naming Pacific states. It was crazy.
Well, where we come from, where a lot of people come from, they call that having sour grapes. You know what sour grapes are. You know, that just means things ain't going your way all of a sudden. That's a problem.
Are you like the little boy on the playground? Okay, right. I'm not winning. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know where this music's coming from. Where this music coming from? Where the music come from?
I don't know. Oh Lord.
What? Uh-oh. Oh.
Nice.
Oh man, I don't know where it came from, y'all. I have no idea. That just came out the clear blue sky.
That was Russia.
Yeah, we got hacked by Russian bots.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, we got hacked by Russian bots, y'all. I got it straightened out. I got it off of there, so we good. We good. We good. We got our music back now, so you know.
Oh,
we straight.
But yeah, sour grapes. That's what it is. I like that.
That was funny though.
Who's that by?
Huh?
Who's that by?
That was I got that sound bite from, to be honest with you, a cartoon.
Well, that is your thing.
Yeah. I got it from a cartoon, man. You know, for those of you that are wondering, I got that from a cartoon. So.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Fit right in.
Fit right in, man. Because he got sour grapes like a big dog, yes, man. So, but anyway, he just, you know, I don't know. Yeah. But like I said, whenever you get to that point, man, where you just think that you're damn near a god. And you're that arrogant.
He said that. He said the most important person in the world is God, and after God is him.
Yeah.
But he think they running neck and neck.
Yeah, let him tell it. He probably thinks he is God. Let him tell it. If you let him tell it.
Not in my eyes. My God don't act nothing like that.
If you let him tell it, he probably thinks that he is God. So, you know.
And you know, he done so much for us since Abraham Lincoln. So.
Oh, yeah. He's done everything, man. I gotta let this one slip out, Mom. He's the shit. Let him tell it.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that.
What's Tone Low? He's a funky Cold Medina.
Come on, he's everything.
He everybody. Well, this is when he started talking in the press conference, the first thing out of his mouth was, which is so... If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us. My thing to that, or my response to that, if you have facts, prove it. Because right now you're just talking out the skin of your neck and you don't know what's going on. You talk about now you'll be celebrating, popping bottles or whatever, but right now you're running scared.
Well, see, the thing of it is, he's using that whole I'm white and I say so narrative. That's the problem. When you start using that, then of course you're going to think that everything that you do is right. Because you say so. So that's his problem. He's using that whole I'm white and I say so narrative.
It's not fair.
I agree with you.
And I must admit, I just wonder how did Biden have to bite his tongue for not coming out and saying anything? Because he did a press conference too, but he was just still like inspirational, thanking the people for voting, telling them not to give up. It's almost over, hang in there. But Trump come out, they cheating, they taking it from us, all this is illegal. I don't get it.
Yeah, Marvin said it right on the money, man. Trump is hating. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what he's doing. He's hating. You know, but he can hate all he wants, but he got to get up out of there January 1st.
Well, tell me this, how is he the first president to be in office and he's not doing anything, not following the rules at all?
Because like
how
I
is
said,
that possible?
That's how arrogant people are. Arrogant and narcissistic people don't want to follow the rules. They want to do what they want to do. That's not how it works.
Well, just like they said, the people have spoken.
Yeah, the people have spoken, and I'm proud of that. Even though I didn't vote, but still, I'm still going to say, hey, everybody that voted, hey, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
But the reason why I keep saying I'm surprised that it was so close, because after the way he caged the children and called the soldiers suckers, and over 230,000 people dead from corona, he just goes on.
He's done some overtly asinine stuff, plain and simple. And the thing of it is, whenever you do stuff like that, you can only do that for so long, and people are going to get tired of it. Right. Now think about his base. Who's his main base? White supremacists. Proud Boys, Boogaloo Boys, neo-Nazi groups,
KKK.
alt-right, the KKK, all of them. All those white supremacist groups are his main base.
His main supporters.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that all Trump supporters are white supremacists. I'm not saying that all Trump supporters are racist.
Not at all.
But my problem with the Trump supporters that aren't racist is that you were okay with his racism. That's my problem.
Mine too. It's like, out of all he said, from even before he even got in office, about grabbing them by the,
right,
and calling people out their names, and hating on his friends and not being there for his friends. What ideology does this man have that you agree with, that you will vote for him again? What have he shown you in 4 years? The whole time he's been in office, he's lied.
He's taking credit for something that somebody else did.
Right, true.
And I'm talking about the whole jobless situation.
Exactly, with Obama.
He didn't have anything to do with that. But then again, he takes credit for it.
Absolutely.
But here's the funny part. The people that follow him and support him give him credit for that too.
And there's no way they can. He inherited that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was already going.
Yeah, that was already in motion by the time he came up. Yeah, because that started, actually the job situation started coming down in 2010. And who's president then?
Obama.
Exactly. So, like I say, he's taking credit for something somebody else did.
Right.
And Marvin said it right in the chat room. He said that's white privilege to the fullest. And and you're absolutely right, bro.
Because my thing is, like we said before, we keep preaching the same thing. I don't care who you voted for.
Yeah.
That's who you want to vote for. That's your stance.
Yep.
But just give me a moment to understand how the way he feel about other ethnicities, how he feel about abortion, how he feel about LBGQTP,
right,
LMNOP, how he feel about, let's keep it real, black people.
Oh yeah.
It's just, he never said anything positive. He always twisted where you'll be like, what did he just say? And then some people are like, yes, okay, yeah. I'm like, he didn't say anything. He just did a tap dance.
That's it.
So what was so in your spirit, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna vote for Trump again. I can go through another 4 years. Now I know a lot of people, like I said, personally, I know some people who have their own businesses, and they voted for Trump because he were there for the big businesses.
Yeah.
They got so many breaks and everything like that. But for the common man, there's a common man that's out here doing 8 to 5 every day.
Right.
Children, trying to keep their 401ks intact, trying to keep insurance. If they did have Obamacare, trying to keep it, because he was trying to dispel that so quickly.
Right.
What was it that man did that make you be like, okay, yeah, I can go through this again?
Yep.
I don't get it.
Well,
I don't get it.
Well, like I said, look at his constituency. And you look at his constituency, most of his constituency, like I said, are white supremacists.
No.
Most of
them. Because I've seen some black people.
No. I'm just saying the bulk of his constituency.
Okay.
Not all of them, but the bulk of his constituency is white supremacists.
That's true. Will he tell them to stand down and stand ready or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, you know. So I bet they're ready now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bet they're ready now.
Just ready for a phone call. Push of a button.
And Marvin said something really cool in the chat room. He says, who says that about a woman grabbing them by the P-funk? Let Obama has said that. And, you know, and if Obama would have said that, you know, good and well, they would have tried to impeach him
immediately.
So fast.
Immediately.
They would have tried to impeach him so fast. But here's the thing about it. Now, you know I'm a boxing fan. I love boxing. Floyd Mayweather right now is probably the best boxer of our era. You know, I mean, you know, because, you know, of you know, his record and everything, he's undefeated. Okay. So, and when he heard about Donald Trump, and he's a Trump supporter too, and when he heard about Donald Trump saying grab him by the hoo-ha, all of a sudden, he said, oh, that's just locker room talk. He defended it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no defending that. Because I can pretty much guarantee you, even though that's locker room talk, if you're running for a public office, that's not locker room talk anymore.
Well,
you're held to a higher standard than everybody else because you are the leader of a whole country.
The whole free world.
Right. So you can't say stuff like that.
But he's who he is.
Yeah, and people keep on saying that that's just who he is.
That's just who he is.
Okay, cool. I get that.
I don't know if he get a pass or do we just close our eye and ignore it?
No. You can't ignore nothing like that.
Because did anything happen to him?
Oh, Mike Tyson's a Trump supporter too. I forgot about that. Yep, you're absolutely right, Marvin. Yep, Mike Tyson too. So, you know, but that's not locker room talk.
Well, remember we read that article, I don't know, I think I told you about it. Herschel Walker.
Oh, yeah.
He said the same thing that, you know, that's just how good old boy, I mean, he didn't say good old boy. That's just how we as men talk when we're around each other. And I heard several other men and women who
Let me say this real quick. Now, I've been knowing Marvin for a lot of years, and Marvin can back me up on this. We have never talked about, now we talk about women, but we never really got deep and down into a woman's private part. We never done that, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
You never say, man, look at her with them Jordan jeans on. Ooh,
now we'll look at somebody's butt. Now we'll look at a girl's butt and she got a fat.
I'm gonna go touch it.
No. No. That's not what we did. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Maybe there's something that him and his crew do.
I don't know. Well, when you're a rich ass white man, you can pretty much you can literally get away with murder. Literally.
And see, this is another thing I don't understand either. All those women, I know I'm what you call segueing, getting off topic for a minute, but give me a moment.
Go ahead,
here.
knock yourself out.
All those women who came against Bill Cosby, pretty much doing the same thing, touching them, freaking them, pretty much date raping them. This man is in jail. What happened to Trump? All those women who brought this case up against Trump, what happened to the case?
They actually have proof that Trump did it. They have no proof that Bill did it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So how did Bill Cosby end in jail? This man 80 plus years old.
Yeah.
And Trump just still out here just
grab him by the hoo-ha.
It's not right, y'all.
Well, like I said, it's like Marvin said earlier, it's white privilege. That's white privilege. He got the complexion for the protection. Marvin said, I like big butts and I cannot lie.
You better keep your hands off of him, because you never know.
No, Marvin ain't like no.
These people not. I mean, it's like, I think we said this before in the podcast. It's just different protocols because of this skin color.
Exactly. If you got the complexion for the protection, you can get away with anything. Literally, you really can. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You got the complexion for the protection, with the connection. So. And that's what he has. That's why he hasn't been arrested or impeached or anything like that. Let's even go back. Let's go back a little bit. Bill Clinton. They tried to impeach him for having,
a stain on the dress.
Yeah, a stain on the dress, man. Come on.
Because technically that was his word against hers.
Yeah.
And the only proof they had was a stain on the dress.
Well, that was enough.
Yeah.
That was enough. They was going to impeach him for that. Now, you got women coming out the woodworks on Donald Trump's.
And it was just one with Bill.
Yeah.
This is several with Trump and Bill Cosby. Trump, it's so many. So, I think one of them was his aide when she worked like a secretary or something.
Something like that.
And nothing has happened with those cases. I don't know if he paid them off or
Probably
what.
paid them off. Yeah, they came up missing.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. That has happened.
I've heard.
Yep, that has happened.
Which is crazy.
That's wild. But anyway.
But that's why I'm so proud. I mean, I know, like I said, I'm a segue off them, but I'm so proud when Michelle and Barack was in office. You didn't hear none of that.
You didn't hear no scandals?
I think Michelle laid it down. She told me, look at him.
You didn't hear no scandals. You didn't hear. It wasn't no baby mamas coming up. It wasn't none of that coming up. Cause like I said, that's a sister from Chicago, and she pulled him by a little skinny collar and said, "Look here, fool. I mean, I had none of that." And I've had this conversation with this lady too. So, yeah, we don't do that kind of thing here.
Keep it 100.
Exactly.
But nah, seriously though, back to the topic though, what do we do with all that being said?
We have...
No, for real though, what would happen if a scandal come out about Biden?
Well, if a scandal came out, well, here's the thing.
Or even Kamala. What if a scandal come out about Kamala?
Well, again, when she was Attorney General, she did have an affair.
Oh yeah, with that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He might get jealous because she done took over a higher office than he has, and then one of these reporters go to him and say, "You want to do a tell-all?" And there her business is.
Oh yeah. You already know that's going to happen because they're going to try to discredit her because people keep on trying to label her as the first black vice president. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, the woman is not black.
She's not black. And I think once she gets in there, when all this hoo-ha is over and all the hype go down, she can be like, "Well, I really don't identify as black. My mother is Indian, my father is Jamaican." I think she's going to put it that way. I don't think she's going to identify as like a full black.
No, she. I mean, here's the thing about that. I mean, like I said, I hate to disappoint everybody. She's not black. She just started claiming black till she started running.
Yeah.
Then she started claiming black, talking about she listened to Cardi B and Snoop Dogg, this and that one and the other one.
She went to HBCU.
And she went to HBCU, which, blah, blah. Okay.
She's a Divine Nine member, I mean, she wore Timberlands,
No, yeah, she didn't start doing that crap. She didn't start doing that until she started running. I'm sorry.
I mean, they showed this picture of her coming off the Air Force One with some Timbs on.
Yeah. They made sure. They caught a picture of those Timbs. They made sure that, like I said, she is not black.
Now, what's the difference with her wearing Timbs and Hillary had the hot sauce in her bag?
Same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing.
She was trying to relate.
It's the same exact thing. Right. But here's the thing about Hillary, though. Hillary wasn't claiming to be black.
True. She was just trying to get the black vote. So
well,
technically Kamala was too.
Yeah, she was trying to get the black vote, which is why she tried to claim black. I went to a HBC. I went to Howard. Okay, cool. You know how many people go to Howard? You know how many white people go to Howard? That don't make them black, now does it?
No, not at all.
So you lost it with that one. Try again.
That's a good point.
Try again. You went to an HBCU. Yeah. How many white people did you see at that college?
Well, not that many, but there were some.
There were some.
Yes, it was.
But that's kind of my point right there. You did see some.
I did see some. Even way back when, it was some.
Yeah.
Very much so. But, so let me get your opinion about all this. Okay, so once you heard, I think I called you. I said, "Babe, have you heard the news?" You were like, yeah. Like, you're not excited?
No.
You're like, it's just another form of racism in the White House.
Pretty much. Just
so
different
is that how you truly feel?
That is exactly how I feel. I mean, because I know Biden's record. Biden has said on one occasion that he didn't want his children going to a school with black kids in it. He did say that. He has yet to apologize for that. On top of that, the 94 crime bill that he penned, he's just now apologizing for that. He wrote that in 94. He just now apologized for that because he was running for office.
And he did say that he didn't have all the facts, and it's a different time back then than now, because back then was mostly drugs. Now it's just the reform is just killing black men and women unnecessarily. So he apologized for that. But
well, yeah. Of course he's gonna apologize for it now because he holds the highest office in the land. He wants to stay in it as long as he can.
Exactly.
So,
but they keep saying he's been in politics 47 years. Has he done anything positive for black people?
Who?
Biden.
Well, let me read what Marvin just said. He said Hillary Clinton is a phony ass hot sauce carrying racist. and he's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. I agree with him 100%. She co-signed the 3 strikes rule, and she did. She co-signed it. She co-signed it. As a matter of fact, she the one coined the phrase super predators. Remember that?
She did. And that's one. I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why she was not. That's
exactly the reason why she wasn't. That's exactly the reason why, right there, because of that fact, right there.
Right.
So, there's that.
So what she did and what she said weighs any merit compared to what Biden has done or said?
To be honest with you, they're about the same, give or take, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because even though she signed off and supported that 3-strike rule. She supported it. And that 3-strike rule affected more black families than anything else.
And this was all done in California.
This was all done right. It actually was nationwide. I mean, it started in California.
But it started in California.
It started in California and just spread everywhere else.
Spread everywhere, yeah. Because they felt like it was improving, I guess, or making a difference in California, so they made it nationwide.
Right. It's the same deal with the stop and frisk thing that they was doing in New York.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and I've had this conversation with a person that I work with who is from New York. He said stop and frisk was a good thing. I said, you say it's a good thing because you weren't affected by it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He said, but crime went down. I said, no, it didn't. Even though I never lived in New York, crime did not go down, it just went underground. So you missed it with that one. Try again.
Okay.
So, and after that, he didn't really have too much of a rebuttal. But you know, like I said, you weren't affected by the stop and frisk because they were targeting black people with stop and frisk mostly. So
I remember that too, because some of the men who worked at night, getting off work at night, they were just getting stopped unnecessarily.
Yeah. This man is going home from work. He's tired.
Right.
Working long hours at whatever plant he was working at, or I know he was a security guard. I remember that. This guy was a security guard.
I saw when he was a taxi driver.
Or a taxi driver. Yeah, it was two of them. It was a security guard and a taxi driver, and the cops just stopped them for no reason.
Because he black?
Yeah, just because he's black.
Oh, no, because he was out and about.
He was out and about at a certain time of night.
Right.
Well, you know, that goes along the line of those, a little bit of history here. That goes along the lines of those black codes they had way back when. White people could stay as long as they want. If a black person is out at a certain time, he better have a good reason as to why he's out there at that time.
Right. Gotta have papers.
So you gotta have, really, you did have to have those papers.
Gotta have a permission slip.
You had to have a permission slip.
Yeah.
That goes along the lines of slavery. When those slave catchers came out there and they saw saw a slave walking around, if you could present any kind of papers as to why you was out there walking around at that time of night, then you know.
I'm going to get something for Master Jimmy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you better have that paperwork. But here's the funny part: most of the slave catchers couldn't read anyway.
No. Just get in, look at it, like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Crazy. Same thing, different day.
Oh yeah. It hasn't changed, man. It's the same thing. Just like lynchings are still going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just trade the rope for bullets.
Oh. Say that again.
Oh yeah.
That's
and back to the what now? Okay. Since you got this whole Black Girls Rock and Sister Girl thing going on, Kamala.
Okay.
What about my girl? You gonna put some justice out there for her?
Who? Brianna.
Brianna. Yeah. What about my girl Brianna? You gonna seek justice for her?
You would hope so. Because she has the power now. Well, does she really have power?
Yeah, she does. She has a lot of influence. She's the second most powerful person in the free world.
You think that'll be one of her agendas as soon as she get in the White House?
We'll see.
Excuse me.
We'll see.
Well, do you think they need to do that first? Need to try to tackle COVID and unemployment
and
the stimulus check?
They have they have a burning house they got to put out.
It's on fire in every room.
It is on fire. That house is burning. That house is on fire. It's the same deal with President Obama when he took the reins.
Right.
They handed him a burning house and gave him a water gun to put out the fire.
Absolutely. Same thing.
That's the same deal here.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing. George, the second George Bush messed up the country in 8 years. Trump messed up in 4.
Yeah.
And it's really burning down.
Yeah.
And I've told people several times over, if y'all thought George Bush was bad, the second George Bush was bad, this dude is 10 times worse.
That's why I don't understand how people voted for this man. Do you remember life before COVID?
Yeah, I remember that. We used to actually go out.
I don't remember it. I don't remember. And like the other day, me and my sister was out and we were like, oh man. I mean, we just literally freaked because we forgot our mask. You know, it's, I don't know.
Well, life before COVID was...
It was terrible, but it wasn't like this.
It wasn't as bad as it is now. I mean, because we had our issues before COVID hit. We had our issues, but think about this. We could still go out.
Wasn't scared to go out.
Wasn't scared to go out, nothing like that. No, we actually had fun.
No,
Did we not?
Yes, we did. Very much so.
Yeah. In our GNS group, we actually enjoy going out and meeting up with each other, man.
Absolutely.
Can we do that shit now? Oh, sorry, Mom.
Yeah, we can. We got to put on bulletproof vests and masks and sanitizer and Lysol and wipes and...
Yeah, exactly. We got to do all
of
of that.
Full armor just to go out and hang out for a minute.
And Gwen raised a really good question. She said, how much money is being spent on the mask? That's a good question.
Absolutely.
That's a really good question.
So what do you think they're going to do?
They have a lot to
Are they going to pick and choose what to do? Or are they going to try to tackle
From what
everything?
I understand.
Because us as citizens going to want them to fix everything right away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I think that the biggest thing that they're going to try to tackle, because I read someplace online that Biden has already set up a task force to tackle COVID.
Good.
So he can get that down, because those numbers, they went back up again.
Good.
200, almost 130 people, 130,000 people were diagnosed with this time.
In one day.
In one day. We set another single day record. That's not good.
No, it's not. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Yeah. My allergies. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Do something about this air.
Yeah, I know it.
But
man.
yeah, it's you, like you said, I pray and I do hope that justice for Brianna comes along quick, fast, and a hairy. But they gotta address the masses as well. And the masses want to get unemployment, jobs, COVID, get our allies back, line up with us. So it's so much going on. So they go kind of put her on the back burner.
Well, it doesn't matter when she gets her justice, as long as she gets it. Put those race soldiers in jail, the one that killed her.
Right.
And it was a murder, y'all. I don't give a damn what nobody says. And I challenge anybody to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
So you can hear this. If you're live, you listen to us live right now, or if you're going to listen to this rebroadcast of this podcast, man, by all means, I challenge anybody to prove me wrong. That was murder.
Yeah, it was, because she was in her own home.
She was in her own home. They were chilling, minding their own damn business.
Yes,
wasn't bothering anybody. And all of a sudden,
boom, boom, boom,
boom,
boom.
That's all it was. So, there's that. But yeah, she needs justice, man. And hopefully with quote unquote Black Kamala. Yeah, right.
So what do you think? You think they can go back and revisit all those black men they put in jail for all those petty crimes? Would they go back and reform the reform?
Well, they're slowly but surely letting a lot of them out.
Okay.
It's a slow process. I mean, because you got a lot of people out there that were going to jail for years on end for misdemeanor marijuana possession. You got somebody. I know somebody that went to prison. I read a story someplace where a guy went to prison for jaywalking.
Wow.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm guilty.
He a habitual jaywalker.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm guilty of jaywalking myself a few times. We've all done it. I mean, come on. Is jaywalking really a crime? Who are you going to hurt besides yourself?
I don't know.
I
really don't.
That's
know.
what gets me right there. I mean, you put somebody in jail for something stupid as jaywalking.
Right.
Who are you going to hurt besides yourself?
He must be trying to make his ticket quota for the month or something.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So, but anyway, I digress. We have, as black people, as foundational black Americans, we have a lot to ask for with this situation. We have a lot to gain for this situation. Hopefully,
we can't lose nothing else.
We can't lose anything else. We don't have anything to lose.
Absolutely.
We don't have nothing to lose. In order for us to lose something, we have to have something to lose. We have nothing to lose.
Right.
So as a whole, we have everything to gain. And hopefully we can gain a little bit of something.
But how soon though? In what manner?
Really? I mean, Martin put up a pretty good point when I was talking about jaywalking. He said that's just like asking somebody who's ever ran a red light. Hell, I've done that too.
Yeah. Guilty right here. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we got Mario Andretti's long lost granddaughter over here, y'all. This woman has a lead foot. She'll have that BMW rolling.
I gotta get what I gotta get. I gotta get what I gotta get.
Hey.
You know, I got a place to go.
Yeah, that damn BMW be flying, boy.
I gotta go.
I gotta tell y'all this, man. We were going to a concert.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna put it out there.
Here you go.
We were going to a concert, and we was running just a little bit late. And so I don't know if it was me running late or her running late. I can't remember which. I think I had to work late that night. I can't remember which. But anyway, we was running a little bit late, and we had stopped at a red light, and the light was red. Now, granted, there was nobody on the left and nobody on the right. She was looking both ways to see if she was going to run the light.
If I pay my money, I want to see the opening act. I want to be in my seat with the lights still up. And then when the lights go down, I want to be in my seat.
Okay, I get that, but you know, come on, is it really worth getting
we
a
got
ticket?
there. You fine. We got there in one piece, and we didn't miss nothing.
We got there in one piece. We hit the corners, man. I swear up and down, man. That car was on two wheels when she hit that corner, man.
Yeah.
That BMW, boy, I feel sorry for that BMW.
Oh, you should have been me when I had my Altima. Ooh.
Oh man, I didn't want to think about that.
Jeez.
That's got a bigger engine than BMW. That's the sad part.
That was some good times in that Altima. I used to be late for work too. Ooh, Lord. But God blessed me. God saved me.
That's messed up. But anyway.
But no, for real though.
But anyway.
Laugh, we can talk. Laugh, we can joke. Cause like I said, I was gonna say this too. Like this whole year, this year particularly, has been just a blur. The previous years, it was so much uncertainty.
Right.
But I must admit, yesterday, me and my sister was together. We was out looking at houses and stuff, and I turned it on the radio and I heard them announce. That's when I called you.
Yeah.
But I must admit, I got this sense of, I don't know if it was like a relief factor or this like a burden lifted up or like this like a feeling of, oh, praise God. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can get some kind of satisfaction, or maybe we can get some help now. Mm-hmm. You know, and I don't know where that came from, because like I said, I know I had issues with Biden and Harris, but
yeah.
And like I said, I don't care who you voted for, but for some reason, I'm glad that we won't have to go through another 4 years of Trump, because I just did not relate to nothing this man did. And that's why when I presented you with this topic, I was like, I wonder if anybody else have those thoughts in their heads, or have those questions in their head, like, okay, yeah, we voted him out, now what are we going to do?
Well, you know, it's like I said, when you came up with the subject, mm-hmm. which I'm glad you did. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
When you came up with this subject to me, I said that would be a really good subject to talk about, because we need to know mm-hmm. what's in store for us as foundational Black Americans.
Correct.
What's next?
And what can we do, though? Is there anything we can do? Okay, we done voted. Okay, we voted. You asked us to vote. We did that. Now you in there. What can we do to make sure that all those things you promised us, that we presented to you during your election process, that it get fulfilled?
Well, I don't think we could
come to fruition.
That's a good question too, because the only thing we could do right now at this point is to make sure that we hold our elected officials accountable. We talked about this in previous shows. Mm-hmm. We have to hold our elected officials accountable, because they work for us. We don't work for them.
Absolutely.
So we pay their salary. Mm-hmm. We really do. We literally do.
Right.
So the way I see it, if you can't do what you said you're going to do, then guess what? We ain't voting for you no more.
And I really like what Les said last week. Remember what he said last week about let them go in there and prove it. If not, don't vote for them again.
There you go.
I really like that.
And that's the way it should be.
Very good idea.
And that's the way it should be. Because if we put all of our votes in behind you, and Malcolm has said this decades ago. Mm-hmm. Malcolm said this decades ago.
That. Yeah, you played. Yeah.
Yes, he said this decades ago in the '60s.
Right.
He said that if you vote somebody, if we put all of our votes in behind a political figure, mm-hmm. and they don't do anything for us, we just wasted our vote.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely right, which is why I didn't vote, because I don't want my vote to be wasted, because nobody out there Trump included, did not have a plan for black people. Well, he had a so-called platinum plan for black people, but if you actually read that thing, I read some of it on here.
Right.
But if you actually read the rest of it, you will see black maybe 2 or 3 times, and then after that, it becomes minority,
ethnic.
Yeah, ethnic, immigrant, blah, blah, blah. Everybody except for black people.
For black, yeah.
So, and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they didn't have anything. I mean, Kamala Harris, when she was running for president, she said she's not going to do anything just strictly for black people.
Right.
If she does, it got to be for everybody.
Yeah, she did.
And that's not cool.
Yeah.
Everybody don't need the help. We need the help.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do something for us, let us know.
Absolutely. And again, this takes me back to what Ice Cube was trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really think that people need to leave Ice Cube alone, because you got people out here that they really are. They're really blowing out of proportion. I mean, granted, Ice Cube can defend himself, and he has. I mean, not Trump. Ice Cube has said flat out, he's not supporting any candidate.
Right.
He said that. He said that flat out. He said neither candidate is going to do us any good.
He did.
But just because he actually had a sit down with the Republicans, all of a sudden he's public enemy number one in the black community.
He's Trump's number one supporter.
And he didn't support Trump. And he wasn't supporting Trump.
Not at all.
No, he just had a sit down with the man.
Trying to figure out what to do for us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think Ice Cube pretty much knew that he wasn't going to do nothing anyway. He was just there for a photo op. I mean, Ice Cube ain't stupid.
Right.
That's the one thing he's not.
Exactly.
So, which is why I don't understand why the people of the likes of D.L. Hughley are ripping Ice Cube a new one. Get all your facts straight.
Oh, yeah.
Get your facts straight. I mean, he wasn't supporting anybody.
Where are the? I know we don't want to talk about celebrities, but where are all the other celebrities? Because by them being celebrities, they have a bigger voice than we as the common man do.
Yeah, they can use a platform. They can use a platform to change all kinds of policies. Yeah, exactly. That's what Ice Cube is doing.
And that's what I'm saying. So Ice Cube did it. He was one of one.
Yeah.
Where's the others?
Yeah. You ain't heard Jay-Z say nothing. You ain't heard Beyonce say nothing. You ain't heard nobody say nothing except for Ice Cube. And now all of a sudden Ice Cube is public enemy number one because of his sitting down with the Republican Party. He didn't say he sat down with Donald Trump. He said he sat down with the Republican Party. There's a difference.
Let me ask you, let me get off subject for a minute. Like I said, devil's advocate here. Do you think more black church leaders need to step up and say stuff? Say anything? Say something? Not to put nobody on blast, but like your Freddie Haynes and your T.D. Jakes and your Creflos and your, hell, even Joel Osteen. He ain't got to be black, but he's a major religious leader, So should they step up and say something?
Here's my view on that. And a lot of people might get upset with me when I say this, but again, I don't give a damn.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot this. Sorry.
Yeah. You.
But I think they should, because like I said, they have some of the biggest mega churches in the world.
Well,
and they have They have services overseas. They're on TV 4 or 5 times a day.
Well, let me say this about TD Snakes. TD Jakes. I'm sorry.
All right.
Let me say this about TD Jakes. TD Jakes only cares about TD Jakes.
You think so?
That's exactly what it is. Because if he had any kind, if he is a big of a man of God as he says he is, or as he portrays himself to be, he would have had a little bit more. He would have used his power and influence to try to change some policies.
That's what I think
too. That's the same thing with Creflo Pimperdollar. The same man that told the congregation that God told him he needed a new plane.
That 747 wasn't big enough.
No, the plane he had was old and it wasn't doing no good and stuff like that. He needed to upgrade. Yeah. And the people inside of his church fell for a hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, they did.
But that's another subject for another time. I will get on to that and later on down the line.
I just think more people in that influential position, they need to say something.
I agree with you on that. They need to be a little bit more influential than what they were.
Absolutely.
Now, I will say this, and you didn't see very much of him on television, but he did have a lot to say about it. Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan. He had a whole bunch to say about this whole situation, but you didn't hear about what he had to say.
Why not though? Because he's influential as well.
He was actually telling people, be careful with your vote. He was saying the same thing that Malcolm said in the 1960s. You didn't hear about that.
Okay.
Because he could have tipped the scales one way or the other. And that's why they didn't want you to hear what Louis Farrakhan had to say. Because he did have quite a bit to say.
Yeah.
Now, I remember there's a movie out. There was a movie out that came out, I think it was the 60s. I forgot when the movie was done. It's called The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. It's a very old movie. It's a Sinbad movie. There's a scene in the movie where you have two entities fighting, one good, one evil. Okay, so they're fighting. Now, before those two entities started fighting, what happened was Sinbad had went to the Oracle and he said there's going to be a struggle, and the Oracle told Sinbad, no, the Golden Voyage of Sinbad.
The Golden. Here.
That's the one.
Okay.
And he went to the Oracle, and the Oracle told him that there's going to be a struggle between good and evil, and there's going to be it's going to be the actions of weak and mortal men that's going to tip the scales one way or the other. That's pretty much what we're seeing right now. Now with Louis Farrakhan, he could have tipped those scales one way or the other.
Right.
They didn't want that to happen.
Right.
Which is why you didn't hear about Louis Farrakhan's influence on this whole situation. They kept that on the hush, and you never saw it.
Now, when you say they, who are we speaking of?
The powers that be, white supremacy. They didn't want him out there. They shut him up. Well, they didn't really shut him up. They just made sure that we couldn't have access to him.
Well, I saw a semi-brief speech that he gave on YouTube.
Right.
But I never saw it in, like you said, the CNN.
And you won't see it on the mainstream media.
I never seen it.
You won't see it on mainstream media because Louis Farrakhan has a lot of influence.
Yeah. And that's not fair. I mean, it's kind of like trying to silence his voice.
Yeah.
Which is, we don't need that right now. We need every voice out here hollering and screaming, kicking, and everything.
Exactly.
And again, back to the topic, what can we do though?
Where
do we go from here? We have leaders. Okay, take for instance, you just said he has an amazing voice. He's well renowned. People will listen to him.
Yep.
Why can't we utilize that? To get something where we can say that we are striving toward seeing a change in our culture.
Which is what he wants.
Exactly.
Louis Farrakhan's been fighting for that for decades. The man's 85 years old?
Oh, why is he that? He looks good to be there. I didn't know he was that old. Jeez, okay.
How old is Louis Farrakhan? I forgot how old he was. I know he's in his 80s. I know he's in his 80s.
Why, okay, again, why do we keep... Okay, you know what? Let's just say going forward, even though it's been like this since this turn of the century, maybe this is the change that we're looking for. Maybe these two new individuals, Biden and Harris, is going to be that change that we need. Or am I speaking?
87. He's 87.
Wow, 87.
Damn, it looks good to be 87.
Yes, he does. So you think they might be the change that we need, or am I just on wishful thinking?
Well, see, here's the thing. People think that we need a leader.
No, we don't need a leader.
No, we don't need a leader.
We need change.
We don't need a leader because we have a leader. Our agenda
We've always
is a
had
leader.
leaders.
Yeah. Our agenda is a leader.
Yeah.
That's what the leader is. Because think about this. When gay people have an agenda, they don't have a leader.
No, they don't.
Their agenda is a leader.
Yeah.
Same deal with Hispanics, Asians, Jews, everybody else.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we need a leader? No, we don't need a leader. The movement is the leader.
You're right.
And that's the way it should be. I remember one time I went to a seminar here at the Pan-African Connection. One of the original last poets was there.
Okay.
And he was having this little lecture and everything, and he was talking about one time when he saw Adam Clayton Powell. And they had this deal. All of them were, when they were protesting and doing their thing, everybody had this deal where they were saying that, hey, if somebody comes up to us and asks who the leader is, we're all going to count to three and we're going to all raise our hands.
Right.
Okay? So Adam Clayton Powell came around, and he said, hey, who's the leader out here? And they had their hands down, they counted three in their head, and everybody raised their hands. And Adam Clayton Powell said, that's how you do it. And walked off. So that's what you're supposed to do. We don't need a leader. The movement is the leader. And that's the way it should be.
Okay, and then with that being said, what now?
What now? We hold their feet to the fire. That's all we can do at this point. Is hold their feet to the fire, because if they can't do what they promised us, you're out of there. You can't get reelected. That's all there is to it. And we're gonna make your life a living hell if you don't do what we ask you to do.
Right.
And that's the way it should be.
It should be. It should be. Should be what they call held accountable.
Yeah, you're supposed to be held accountable. That's the problem.
You promised all this. You said you're gonna do it.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem with a lot of people that black people put into office. Our chosen politicians.
Right.
We don't hold them we don't hold them accountable for their actions. And they say, well, all we gotta do is just like, give them a little symbolic gesture and they'll shut the hell up. Which is exactly what happens. They give us some little symbolic gesture. They'll appoint like a black CEO of a company or something like that just to shut us up. Because we say, oh, we got a black CEO of XYZ company.
Right.
That's not doing anything for the black community.
No, it's not.
Or we got a black alderman that's going to do this, that, and the third. What's that going to do? Okay, that's not going to prove anything either. What is he going to do for us as a people?
I'm trying to look up this story I heard this morning when I was looking at CNN. James Claiborne, they say he's one of the most highest ranking blacks in politics.
Yeah, Jim Clyburn wrote that HR 40 bill. Yeah, he
was it South Carolina?
Yeah, that's where he's from.
South Carolina.
Yeah, Jim Clyburn wrote that HR 40 bill, which is about useless as toilet paper. It really is, because basically the HR 40 bill, for those of you who don't know what that is,
I just explain that.
The HR 40 bill is where they will appoint a committee to study to see if black people actually need reparations. Now, how stupid is that?
That's a study.
How stupid is that?
And how long that study's been going on?
Well, they haven't done it yet. It's just a bill right now.
It's just a bill. Okay,
that's
so
all
it hasn't
it
even
is.
been passed.
No, it haven't even been passed yet.
So how is he a highest ranking? I mean, what, can he say anything? Can he do anything? Because he's been on the news this whole time during the election, but I don't know if he's even said anything to help the black culture.
I haven't heard him say anything. Right. But like I said, I know he wrote that HR 40 bill.
Yeah,
and that,
I heard, yeah.
And that HR 40 bill, that he wrote that in, I want to say the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see if I can find that day, because I know it's been out
It's been out there for a minute.
Yeah.
And Sheila Jackson Lee brought it back up to media attention a while back. And they had this big town hall meeting with a whole bunch of other people speaking about it. Danny Glover spoke on it. That was interesting. Let me see. Danny Glover spoke on it. Ta-Nehisi Coates. Oh Lord, that was stupid. He spoke on it. If I made no mistake, Angela Rye spoke on it, which that was a waste of time.
And I think she did it on behalf of her father. Yeah. I think her father was helping Claiborne with that. Yeah. Well, everybody have their opinion, but when is it going to happen?
Well, see, here's the thing.
Is it stuck in limbo because the Republicans not going to pass it?
Well, here's the deal. If they appoint a committee to study if we need reparations, this is what could happen. They study black people's plight to see if we need reparations. Then after that, they determine what kind of reparations that we need. Now, if they determine that if they give us 20 tons of gummy bears, that's our reparations.
Not gummy bears.
I'm just saying. I'm just using that as an example, but yeah, that's our reparations. If they determine that in order for us to get on the same playing field as everybody else, if they determine that extra, I'm just saying as an example, if they say as an extra $20 on our paycheck is going to close a racial wealth gap, that's what we're going to get.
Which is going to be ate up in taxes. So after that 20, you probably take home about $8.
If that. If that.
Right.
So that's pretty much what this bill is. So basically, it's about as useless as ticks on a frog. Let me say this,
because I think you and I talked about this morning. Even if this bill is come to fruition, if they even decide to do it, AOC, what'd she say?
Oh, she said, what about Latinos?
Exactly.
No,
so we can't have nothing on our own. Somebody can be like, wait a minute, what about us?
Exactly.
What about us?
That's everybody else. That's everybody else. Because because let's just say if they change the wording in the bill and they say and they include minorities.
That's gonna be everybody.
That's gonna be everybody. That's gonna include
lesbian, gays.
That's gonna be LGBT, women, white women, Jews. Everybody that's considered a minority. That's what they're gonna use.
So But that's still nothing for us.
That's nothing for us. We just get crumbs from the table.
Right.
You know, we want something strictly for foundational Black Americans. Mm-hmm. That's what we want. Plain and simple. And if Biden and Harris can do that, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Well,
that's if they can do it. And you know they can do it. Because think about this. That $1,200 stimulus, they pull that out of their asses.
And they kept saying we in a recession. Where that money come from?
Yeah, where that money come from then? Exactly. That money came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So they got it, and they can do it.
I bet you're not going to get a second one, though.
Well.
Because at first we were doing it. They was thinking about it. Trump said halt until after they confirmed that lady in the,
Trump was holding that for a hostage.
He said halted after the election. So now the election he didn't win. Yeah. It's not going to happen. If it happened, I'll be surprised.
You know what? I'd be surprised.
I would be surprised.
I'll be surprised myself. I really would be. I'd be surprised myself. If it happened, I'd be surprised.
Yeah. He was just dangling that carrot over everybody so he can get votes.
Marvin put up a pretty good point. He put up a pretty good point. He said politicians have no agenda for us except to continue the same white supremacist agenda. I've been saying that, man. I've been saying that. Ashley lady to my right, she would tell you I've been saying that.
Yes, he has.
Like I said, the only thing that this election did was trade one flavor of white supremacy for another. We had vanilla, now we got strawberry.
No. Strawberry quick.
That's it. That's what we got. That's what we got. We had strawberry. Well, let's just say strawberry cream because Kamala got a little bit of melanin in her skin, just a little bit, not a lot. Not a lot. So
we just gonna keep if MLK and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks and everybody been fighting for these same issues that we're pretty much going through now. So we're still gonna be having these same issues 20, 30 years later?
Probably so.
So again, back to my original question, what can we do? We keep asking, we keep fighting, we keep doing what they ask us to do. We keep coming out, marching, protesting, doing our due diligence, voting, going to the meetings, telling them what we need, and we're still just like the little hamster in the wheel, just spinning. So what can we do? Unbelievable. Well, hopefully, like I said, I don't want to put stain on their name before they even get in office, but I'm just going to say this: if everybody can just be aware of what's going on, be more involved in what's going on, and that includes myself too, just start looking at things and watching things and reading things, and of course they're going to show their self-approval immediately, but we have to hold these people accountable as well. We have to. There's no other way not to.
Well, yeah, I've always said that. So once we get to the point where we can hold these people accountable, then
will we get anything though?
We should.
Haven't been doing that all along though? Haven't been holding them accountable all along?
Wait, no, we haven't been. That's the problem. We haven't been. That's the problem.
Well, technically, because we've been voting. We've been working
voting
hard.
Yes, we've been voting. We've been voting, but we haven't been holding them accountable. Right. They've been taking our votes, say, okay, we're going to do this, that, and the third for you. I mean, it's just like what Malcolm said in that speech about the bullet. He said, we'll keep doing this, that, and the third for them, and then they bring us up last. We put them first, they put us last. And then it goes on, yeah.
And I think we talked about this before. Once they get in there, well, my hands are tied.
Yeah, exactly. Then when they get in, I couldn't do too much of anything because, where my hands were tied and, they control Congress.
I was just going to say that because Biden
they control the Senate.
Biden Harris is going into a Republican. Majority.
Yeah, majority of Republicans.
So
they ain't gonna get nothing done.
We probably just going to be like...
Exactly.
Nothing. Sit on the porch twiddling a stick or something. We're not going to... like I said, we do get it. It'll be amazing. But with the Republican that they are now, majority, I don't know.
Yep.
But we need to come together, though.
Well, as a whole, I've heard this on several occasions. Again, I keep bringing up Malcolm because he said this. Once we, come together as a whole, I mean, we put down our political affiliations, we put that to the side. Our religious affiliation, put that to the side. Our sexuality, put that to the side. Because that's neither here nor there. The one thing that we should have in common is that we're all foundational Black Americans, and that's it. I could care less about your political affiliation or who or what you're sleeping with, or what God you pray to.
Absolutely.
You know, we have one thing in common: we're all victims of white supremacy. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. We're all victims of white supremacy. There's some ifs, ands, and buts, and maybes about it.
And then what?
We get together and we come up with a plan.
Let's just go make our own Black Wall Street again. Make our own Wakanda.
You know,
Would you go?
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Would you go there?
Oh, no doubt. Hell yeah.
I knew you'd be on the first thing. I'm out of here. Be like, wait a minute.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I will be on the plane. I say, man, we out of here. Because we going to greener pastures. So that's all there is to it. Let me go ahead and open these phone lines real quick, y'all.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear some opinions.
Other opinions, exactly.
Yeah.
Because we're just spinning our wheels like we don't know.
So
because it's out there, we're thinking about it, but you hoping that this time will be different. And what can we do different? But we keep. I don't think there's nothing more that we can do. I think we're doing everything we can.
Well, yeah, like I said, we did our due diligence and voted. We did our due diligence and voted. So we have to keep doing our due diligence and keep doing what we have to do. Hold on, let me make sure everything's straight. I'm straight here.
Don't give up at all.
I mean, we have to do our thing, and which is what we've been doing. Hold on. Let's get you cracking. Okay, that's done. Okay, that should be good.
So let's talk about this story about Jared Kushner is talking about Trump don't want to concede. So what we're gonna have to do? Go in there and tie him up and talk about, come on, get up out of here.
We're gonna have to drag him out of the White House, kicking and screaming.
Have you ever seen somebody when they go and do the what is it when somebody haven't paid their rent and they go in there and take all their stuff out the
an eviction?
An eviction. We're gonna have to evict Trump.
Might just have to. That fool is not going away.
I'm not going nowhere.
He's not going away
until that lawsuit of those votes be recounted. I'm not going nowhere.
He is. I don't know what the hell he's. That dude right there, man.
And his son-in-law Jared is the one that's trying to convince him to concede or either call Biden and congratulate. He haven't done anything. Like I read this story today. He went up and went golfing. Like that's all you gotta do is golf. And who paid for those lawsuits? That's what I want to know. When he bring these lawsuits like that,
well, he got the money, so you know he
so
can.
He's doing his personal money.
I'm going to guess and say he can. I mean that would be his personal money.
That's just frivolous.
That really would be. That's his own personal money. I mean, you know, it's a dumbass reason to sue somebody.
Exactly.
So you know he's got 2 months left. Like Marvin said, he's got 2 months left.
And you know, I hope that this man don't do anything stupid like try to take us to war or open up unnecessary trading with people that we don't have no business trading with, or that what the border, you know, make it worse for the people at the border, or you know, just make things worse for us. Because I don't think by him losing, you think he really gonna do his due diligence and keep doing good things for us, for America, for American people?
Who, Trump? Hell no.
I think these next 2 months probably going to be hell on wheels.
These next 2 months going to be the worst 2 months in American history, in my personal opinion.
And the last 3.5 have already been salacious. These next 2, whoo, Lord, I can't even imagine.
This dude right here. By the way, the phone lines are open, y'all. So, you know, if anybody wants to call in, you know, tell us your opinion. What is the number, dear?
Let me give it out. I don't know about heart, so I got to read it. It is 469-638-3459.
By all means, call in.
Again, 469-638-3459. We would love to hear someone's opinion, your thoughts. maybe you have some good suggestions.
469-638.
3459. Let us know what you think we should do. But hopefully he won't do anything drastic. But you know, when people, like you said, when people are narcissists like that, they have that get back syndrome. You did this to me, so I got to get back at you.
They believe in scorched earth.
Yeah.
That's the problem with people like him. You know, he believed in that scorched earth. And you know, once he gets to that point to where he's talking about, if I can't have it, nobody can, and he starts burning the place down, literally, then we have a problem.
Right.
So, I mean, at this point right now, we have to watch him, man.
That's what I'm saying. We
damn near on suicide watch.
Gotta get our goggles, our bifocals, our whatever. We gotta put them on. Just be watching everything, cause you know he gonna try something.
Oh yeah, Marvin just said that. He said, yeah, he's gonna do some radical shit. You know, sorry about that, Mom, if you're listening, but yeah, that's what he's definitely gonna try something. He's definitely gonna try something. So we'll see.
And I wonder if the Republicans is going to pass whatever bill or whatever he proposed. Are they going to be conscious enough and not be fearful enough to be like, look, man, no, we can't do that. But they, like I said, more or less, would they stand up to him and be like, no, you're going overboard, you know? Because right now I think they're scared of him.
I think that the biggest
something.
I think
especially what's his name, Mitch.
Oh, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. I think that man be like, okay, whatever you say, Paul.
Whatever you say, boss.
Right.
Whatever you say, boss.
Whatever you say. Okay.
Okay, boss.
Yeah.
Okay, boss. Whatever you want to do, boss. Yeah, that's
because he don't have any. To me, it's like he got all yes men. He don't have nobody to say no.
Well, when you're that narcissistic, even if you did have people to tell him, no, you shouldn't do that, he's still gonna do it anyway.
He'll find a way to do it.
He'll find some kind of way to do it anyway. Either he'll do it undercover or he'll do it blatantly.
Yeah.
You know, but with the way that he's set up, you know, he's gonna do it blatantly anyway because he's that much of a butthole.
I don't know, the way he been tweeting and doing things in our face right now, I don't think he gonna do nothing behind our back. I think he's just gonna do it and be like, yeah, gotcha, there it is. Like,
I agree.
Oh no.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how he is. That's how he is. So you know, we'll see.
Are you fearful?
Fearful of what?
Anything?
Nope. I mean, I look at it like this. You know, is as black people as a whole, we've been through slavery. We've been through the Middle Passage. I mean, granted, there were some of us here already, but you know, we went through the Middle Passage. We went through Reconstruction. We went through Jim Crow. We went through redlining. We've been through the 1960 Civil Rights Movement. We've been through pretty much everything there is to go through.
And we still standing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And the one thing that's really constant is that we're still here.
Still here.
And we're still fighting.
So with all that being said, what more can we take? I mean,
exactly, man.
In the words of Cat Williams, excuse me, Miss Judy, and everybody, you keep trying shit. That ain't it. Trying shit. You know, it's
Right.
like, what more can we do? What more can you try to put on us? How much more you think we can take?
Well,
until we just blow up.
Marvin called him bitch McConnell.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because he is Trump's bitch. So yeah, he's definitely that.
What's his lawyer name? Oh, the one who got caught up in the scandal with the.
Him.
Yeah.
I forgot.
He's another one.
Yeah. He got a bunch of yes men out there.
Yeah,
they
so
don't
that's
want.
also he got a lot of yes men around him. So who's really gonna tell him not to do anything these next 2 months?
Yeah, you got a point there. You got a point there, man. So, but yeah. So all I got to say about that, ladies and gentlemen, since you know, well, y'all ain't calling in, man. So I guess y'all don't want to talk.
Do you have any suggestions?
Not one.
Like if you was like had a major platform and people came to you and be like, so Mr. Reggie, what do you think we should do? What would you do? Would you suggest anything, or would you just be like, I don't know?
This is what I would do. If somebody was to ask me anything, the first thing I would do is I would take some capital and I would start black businesses in black neighborhoods.
Okay.
That'll kill the unemployment rate right there in the black neighborhood instantly.
Okay.
Because everybody's working.
Okay.
That money will be spent in the black community.
Okay.
I would set up black stores. I would set up black factories. I would set up black schools, black hospitals, the whole nine.
Banks.
So banks, everything will
All
be inside the black community. All inclusive.
Yeah.
All inclusive.
Yeah.
The education level.
Okay.
Unless you say it's going to be calling in.
Okay.
So it'll all be inclusive. So once you do that, everything else will fall into place. We wouldn't have any problems. That would get rid of the poverty problem. That would get rid of the crime problem because everybody is working. Nobody has a reason to rob anybody anymore. Nobody has a reason to sell drugs anymore. Nobody has a reason to gangbang anymore.
But when we all had that mentality though, because some of us, I'm not gonna say all,
there are
had that
exceptions to every
mentality
rule.
like, you got $2 more than me, I'm gonna take one of your dollars.
There's going to be exceptions to the rule. There's always going to be somebody. You got more than me. See, but the thing of it is,
but you're not thinking you're winning just like I'm winning.
Right, exactly. Once we start doing that, see, once we get that bad element out, okay, you're gonna start that crap. Bye, get your ass up out of here.
Absolutely.
Because we're all in this together.
All in, yes. What did you say? Each one teach one. We all
Elijah
pulling
Muhammad.
each other up.
Elijah Muhammad said that decades ago. Each one teach one.
Still relevant now.
That's something that the Nation of Islam. That's one of the main things. That's one of the main things I admire about the Nation of Islam. But that they're really good about teaching each other. If you have a skill that I don't know. You'll teach me. If I got a skill that you don't know, I'm going to teach you.
Right.
So that's
how it should be.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like just by me being with you, I've learned so much from you.
And I've learned a lot from you as well.
I was just gonna say you Google, so you probably know everything already. But I love that though, cause we can feed off each other and learn off each other. Cause I'm not gonna say I know everything, and I know you always say that you don't know everything. But to me, it seems like you do, because it's like every time I say, like today, we were talking about who was the first Catholic.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, oh my goodness. But that was a side little thing we did this morning. But, I just think we all need that. We need that feed off each other and be inspired by one another, and don't hurt each other. Try to bring each other up.
Well, we need to get back to being, see, right now, the reason why we act like that is because we're acting like the oppressor.
We need to be that village.
Right.
What happened to the village?
We talked about that last week on the other show.
We need to be that village.
Yeah, we need that village, because it's like me and Leslie was talking about last week. We had several people in our little community in Tom, Oklahoma.
That was a good conversation.
Yes, that was a really good conversation, and we as a people, and we knew that's all we had.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I mean, like I said, we literally grew up together.
Him, though.
Yeah.
You didn't think, I wonder if I go. You never second guess. You knew if you went to live, like, okay, no problem. You shouldn't have to second guess anything, especially, we're all in this together.
Right.
But once we get rid of that mentality, you think it'll be prosperous?
It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is,
it's you say capital. What do you mean?
Money.
Like, do we go to the billionaires and the millionaires of the world, or do we raise this capital through fundraisers? What do you mean?
That's just it. That capital would have to come from the people that owe it to us, and that's the U.S. government.
Okay,
since
so
we
you go back to
country.
reparations.
Right, exactly. We get those reparations. We can do what we want to do after that.
Yeah.
Give us that reparations.
They're just gonna give us so much though. They don't want us to get out.
I know that. I know that. They're not gonna, if they give us anything.
Anything, right? Probably a plane ticket.
Yeah, plane ticket to hell. Get the hell up out of here. I'm not gonna leave here. Shit, my ancestors built this country. Why should I leave here? If anything, if anybody should leave, you should leave, because you ain't from here either.
Absolutely.
I mean, because think about this. I'm gonna go back to history real quick. Let's go back to history. Before a white person even thought about coming to North America, black people were going back and forth. This is documented.
Right.
They were going back and forth between Africa and here. A lot of them would have their little settlements and stuff like this and little places and stuff like that. But black people were going back and forth between here and Africa. Documented. This is well documented. There's a book out by David M. Hotep called The First Americans Are Black. He talks about this. And also Dr. Ivan Van Sertima talks about this in They Came Before Columbus. So when we had commerce with the people that were already here. We wasn't fighting them. We wasn't trying to enslave them. We were cool with them. They trade with us. We trade with them. We go back to Africa, or we would stay there.
Okay.
And every so often, we take one of them back to Africa with us to see where we come, so they can see where we come from,
right?
Or whatever. And that's just the way it was.
Trade versus trade.
There you go. Here comes a white man. Oh, I want this.
I want all of it.
I want it all. Oh, you can have a little spot right here.
Yeah. Take it over like they invented it.
Exactly. And that's where we started having that mentality. We got to start thinking like the white man. This man has something I don't have. I'm going to go take his.
Right.
And it shouldn't be like that.
No, it shouldn't. No. I'ma still stay hopeful. I'ma still keep my eyes open in everything, but I just pray, and I do mean pray, that things get better, because it can't get any worse. And I like what Biden was saying yesterday in his speech when he accepted the selection. We gotta come together. We have to be there for one another.
No doubt.
We have to, because we're so divided. This country is so divided. It's just so, you can just touch it. It's so prevalent. It's so divided. And that's why I said, what can we do? Because I know we've always had that before, but it wasn't this just so thick and just so.
Well, it's like us. It's like
unbelievable.
It's like when Leslie called in I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and he said that basically the whole thing with Donald Trump is that it's not that America is just now becoming racist. America has always been racist.
But they seem so comfortable with it now.
They're comfortable with it now
with
because
all the Karens and all
And here's Leslie.
All right, here we go.
So, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, brother,
what's up?
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm trying to figure all this stuff out right now.
I hear you, man. So, the floor is yours. So, brother, say what you got to say, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
All right. I don't. Add to the collection that you've given out already.
Okay.
For those that don't have this book, if you read it, you're going to get pissed off just like all the other books that you read sometimes. But it's called Medical Apartheid.
Ooh, I got that book.
Medical Experimentation on Black America.
I got that book.
That's one.
I got that book.
Harriet Washington.
I got that book.
And it pissed you off when you read it, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a book that, and especially for black women to read. If they read it and figure out that the whole genre of gynecology
started with the black woman
came about on experiment with black slave women. That's how the whole speculum came into existence. That I've never seen one personally. I've seen pictures, but anyway, that's a good book put on the list, and it will give a little bit of history, well, a lot of history.
A whole lot.
Yeah, how we were no more than, well, we weren't seen as people with souls. And I think you may have referenced this on another episode, we didn't feel pain according to them.
Of course, yeah.
So anyway, that's that. Now let's get to current events. This election results.
Okay.
We go from here. I guess that's the whole point of this episode.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I've given my spiel, so I want to hear somebody else.
Yes, sir.
I honestly have no idea how this is going to play out. But if we go back to the last episode, we were talking about the black vote etc.
Yep.
voting black.
Mm-hmm.
The black vote is what put him in office.
Yep.
And he even said that yesterday during his speech. Yeah.
Yes, and he acknowledged that, and he's one of the. He might be the first one to acknowledge
Absolutely.
I agree. He
was.
is. He is. Even President Obama didn't acknowledge it. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
that. Right. So, with that said, they have to look forward to the next election. Right now, they have to look forward because they know, just like the black vote put him in office, the black vote can keep him from being in office, or her.
Exactly.
being in
Exactly.
office the next time.
Yes,
Which,
sir.
and I just mentioned that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and that's what it boils down to. The whole thing is, what are they going to do for us? Well, they're going to have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the turnout for this election, I'd say, it was record-breaking numbers.
Oh
And we
yeah.
haven't even seen the final numbers.
No, we haven't.
But we already know we're at 74 million plus
Mm-hmm.
on the Democratic side, and you can best believe a lot of those, and I'll say you can take away a few million of those because they didn't count for anything. You take the ones here in Alabama. Everybody knew Alabama was going to go red. So
Oh yeah. That was a given.
right. So you can subtract those votes as far as votes that help put them over the top. However, you take the votes like Philly, Detroit, Flint, Atlanta, Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what put them on. Philly put them over the top.
Yes.
Georgia.
Yes.
But Georgia came into play, and they hadn't finalized it yet, but it came down to Clayton County in Georgia.
Absolutely.
That's Atlanta.
Yep.
Atlanta, Georgia.
That put them over the top.
Yeah, it was. I
Then
think they
you go
said Cobb
to
too.
Arizona and Nevada. Black folks there put them over the top.
Yep.
So if they're going to look ahead, you need to be you can't treat this one like you did the last however many there have been where they just depended on the vote.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, we had all of these countries celebrating all over the world,
Oh my God. Yeah.
and what people are, and we don't miss it, but what people are missing is they're not celebrating Joe Biden won, they're celebrating Trump lost.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
He could have put Daffy Duck up in there, and it would have turned out
Yep.
about the same numbers just to get that man out of office.
There you go.
And to allude to what you were talking to earlier, and I'll say this: if he hadn't, and this comes back to us again as black folk, if he hadn't stoked that racial fire with his rhetoric, he would be president for the next 4
He
years.
would have.
I agree.
He would have.
His mouth cost him his cushy job.
Yep. His mouth and his
Tweets.
racist attitude.
Those
And
tweets.
his racist attitude. And I think what white people need to understand is we did them a favor by getting him out of there because they were going to pay one way or the other. If he'd have stayed in 4 years and they would have gotten more emboldened, then they would have seen a reaction from us that they probably wasn't ready for.
Oh yes, indeed, my brother.
And that's the way I'm seeing it. We did them a favor because, and that brings me to something else. We're used to, especially as black men, we are used to every day walking out and feeling a certain level of racial tension.
Yep.
And we're always having two conversations with ourselves. I think this is what most people don't realize. We're always having a conversation with ourselves every day. Because when you encounter that, do you react and become a part of that other system? Or do you go about your business? And when I say react, because and just be quite honest. After they called it yesterday, I think it was, I went to Walmart, and man, I'm walking around, and Walmart, Alabama is open carry.
Yeah.
And they were seriously armed in Walmart.
I'm sure they were.
In Walmart.
In Walmart, yes. And I'm looking at, I'm walking in now. I got to switch to tactical mode. I'm looking at Glocks and you name it, SIGs and all this on these guys' they're sidearms and they're open carry.
Wow.
Now I'm saying to myself, I'm carrying too, it's just not open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying to myself, okay, they're pissed off, but they're scary too, because now I'm looking around, and you know, I'll give you a situation that you're gonna relate to.
Okay.
You go to a restaurant, you and your lady.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any black people in there.
Oh man, yeah.
So now you get a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh, we been there.
Yeah, not too long ago, yeah.
Right.
We like, should we stay? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
However, as soon as you spot one other couple, black couple in there, your comfort level goes up.
Yeah.
It did.
It did.
Especially this one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm gonna give you a subconscious thing right there. It goes up because it only takes a couple of us to take care of a lot of them.
There you go. That's exactly it.
So that's where I go at. So I'm walking around Walmart now. I'm paying attention to. There's a lot of them walking around with sidearms openly carried.
Yep.
Well, I know I'm carrying, and I'm trying not to print.
Right.
But now I tighten my shirt up so they know I'm carrying too.
There you go.
And then I look around now, I'm spotting all the brothers in.
Okay.
Something about yesterday, every brother in there had to be like me, because the more I look around, there was a lot of us in there carrying too.
Wow.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the level here right now. And that's the tension that I was talking about. It's gone up. Imagine how high it would have went up if that man had another 4 years.
Wow.
Oh my God, it would have been.
They would have been like,
last
it's
man.
us.
I'm just gonna be honest with you, dude. It would have been. You think the first 4 years are bad? It would have been 10 times worse, because he put that shout out to the Proud Boys, and that's exactly what it was. It was a shout out. So
and imagine how many of us that aren't necessarily offensive minded to begin with,
right,
would have had to be, because if they look wrong, you already know that mouth is getting them. If they look wrong, we're automatically going to think they're going to do something. So we're going to have to go ahead and get ahead of the game.
Yep.
That's that's the point we were getting to.
Right.
Yep.
Like,
the best thing
David
that
Chappelle said, get on
happened is
set.
he lost the
Be
election.
on set, yeah. Wow.
Yep.
So you got to walk around the whole time on guard.
Yeah.
Right. And we walk around on guard anyway.
Anyway, yeah, but
I
not
mean-
to this extreme though.
I mean,
you
as
know.
Like
maybe like a 2 or a 3, but now you got to be like a 9 or an 8.
Exactly. I mean, as black men, let's hit the nail on the head with that. As black men, we're on guard regardless, because we know
The
that
culture.
any given moment something could jump off. So, and it's like Les said, it only takes a few of us to take care of them. I mean, look at me. I mean, I know I'm about 185, 190 pounds soaking wet with cement shoes on, but I can pretty much guarantee you that, if it comes down to it, I can handle my business. Because, even though I'm kind of, lighting the behind, and I'm all right, I can handle mine. So,
Nice to know. Yeah.
heck yeah. So, come on, man. Come on. I just studied how to punch and kick for almost 4 years for nothing.
Right.
So, it is what it is.
Now, we'll move on just a little bit. Now, anyway, I breathed a sigh of relief once they finally called it. But, we're going to hit that rough patch between now and January 20 or whatever when
Right.
Biden is
20.
sworn in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be, I mean, right now, just looking at social media, they're waiting on the word to do something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They're waiting with bated breath.
Oh yeah.
They're waiting on the word. And actually, we discussed this last week, week before that. You know, he did us a favor by exposing the ones that we didn't necessarily know thought that way.
Right.
To the extent that they thought it. You know, they all think it to a certain extent, but it's we didn't know what level. Now we know.
Yeah. They had like the balls now to be forthright with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They're like really upfront.
Up in your face with it.
Yeah. Because at first they were kind of like hidden, and so now since he's out there, they think that they can just be out up front in your face with it. So yeah, you're right.
And now we got to deal with President Biden and Kamala Harris.
Right.
That's a whole nother. You know, the thing is, they have to do something. They already know they're not going to get 4 more years because you're not going to see the turnout again like you saw this time. It's the first time it's ever happened, and it's probably going to be the last time unless we get another fool in office like Donald Trump.
Oh my God,
But
yeah.
in order to get enough turnout to win this next election, what are you going to do? And that goes back to what we were talking about last week. How do we hold them? This is in essence, okay, let them know ahead of time, starting as soon as they get sworn in. Hey, this vote will not be there
Right.
if you don't do something tangible.
Right.
And hold them accountable. Hey, we'll have another Republican president. It just won't be Donald Trump unless if he runs. Then okay, they may get 4 more years. But you know the thing. But our memories, well, the American memory. I won't say black folk. The American memory is short.
Very.
So Donald Trump could conceivably, if he's not in jail, run again.
Yeah, he can. He sure can.
Run for 2024.
And win.
Yeah, I know it. Cause we've read stuff, man, that he's thinking about running in 2024 if these lawsuits don't pan out, which they won't. So.
Yep, he's already gaming for it.
Like I say, we are where we are. How do we hold them accountable? The best way to hold them accountable is the same way we got them in. It's the threat of the vote. And that's where we talked about black people getting on the same sheet of music. Okay, let's go ahead and let them know now. That vote will not be there. If we don't have something that we can say, okay, this is what you did for us specifically.
There you go. Some tangibles.
And then you both brought up something about throwing other minorities in the mix. And that brought up the question to me, okay, who defines black? What's the legal definition of us?
Well,
that's something that has to be worked out.
Yeah, well, I use the term foundational black Americans, and the foundational black American is anybody like me and you that can trace our heritage back to the slave plantations of the United States. That's a foundational black American, not a person just got off the banana boat and saying, hey, I'm an American now. No, we're not talking about them. Those are immigrants. We're talking about somebody that can trace their family to...
And that's the definition that I would go with.
Yeah.
Can we get that to the legal definition?
Right.
Because until they make it the definition, and that's where our vote comes again. And that's where our agenda comes in. I don't know about all this platinum playing, all that other bull. We establish the agenda, okay, this is black. Can you trace your ancestry to a slave? Somebody that came over on the ship.
Right.
They didn't necessarily have to come over. They could have been here.
Exactly.
But, and not part of that trade and ended up in slavery.
Yep, exactly.
Can you trace your ancestry there? That's we know how easy it is for us to do it. So, but the legalese, and that's what DC Congress, that's what it's all about. The threat of the vote, our agenda. Like I said, we can come up with a concrete agenda. Okay, this is what we mean by black. This is what we want. And when we say this is what we want, we set the bar real high.
Yep.
So if we get half of it, if we get a quarter of it, that's what we really wanted. We set it to $150 trillion if we get a trillion.
Yep.
That's more than the 50 cent we may get from time to time. And that's not even for us.
Yep.
That's for minorities.
Yeah, minorities. Yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with us as a whole.
You know, but you see where I'm going. We have a power position now, but if we let those talking heads that so-called represent us have anything to do with it, we won't get anything out of it. Because, and this will go back to, that brings me to that 94 crime bill. Okay, this is the part that everybody leaves out of the narrative. Biden was just one senator that wrote a bill. It took the whole Senate and the House to approve that bill.
And they did.
And they did.
And they did, to include the Congressional Black Caucus, with the exception of Maxine.
Yep.
Sheila Jackson Lee
from New York.
Yep.
Well, I don't know about the senators from New York, but a couple of congressmen. I know Rangel and whoever else was there. The New Yorkers held out.
Yep.
And a couple more. But the Congressional Black Caucus, as a majority, voted for that bill.
Yes, they did.
So, as we're holding, everybody refers to the Biden crime bill. You got to hold them Negroes responsible too.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that 100%. I agree with you on that 100%.
Yeah.
They all voted for it, including Kamala Harris. She backed it.
Yeah, she did. John Lewis? I don't think John Lewis.
John Lewis backed it too.
He was just the Attorney General in California at the time or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
she was
yeah,
in
that's
California.
where it originated. But and their excuse.
They were trying to get the riprap off the street.
I understand the times. I understand the times. That's the whole crack epidemic that they introduced to us, and it was all a power play to build up that slavery system, that jail slavery system.
Oh yeah. The school to prison pipeline.
So I mean, the picture's big, and as Neely Fuller said, they ain't dumb.
By any stretch.
By any stretch. As a matter of fact, he took it a step further and said they are the smartest you're going to ever encounter.
Yep.
When it comes to keeping this system in place.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. They know exactly what to do and how to do it in order to keep the system in place, and they've been doing it for so long. They're experts at it.
So, but we know what we're dealing with. Like I said, you got people waking up, but the talking heads, we can't let them talk for us.
Right.
They're
No, you
trying
can't.
to start at the bottom. And matter of fact, that needs not be one person talking for us, and it boils down to grassroots and money.
There you go.
Obvious. That's the only way you get something done
Right.
in DC. Is money, and what can you do for me? But meanwhile, this is what we got. Now, brought up a point about capital. The one person that the most dangerous person to them a few years ago that was funneling capital to the black community, specifically to the Nation of Islam, they took him out.
Muammar Gaddafi.
Muammar Gaddafi.
It's fascinating.
They took him out.
They took Muammar Gaddafi out because Muammar Gaddafi was unifying people all over the country from the African diaspora. So he was a big threat. And on top of that, he was going to create
taking them off of. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. And what he was trying to do, for those of you who don't know, what Muammar Gaddafi was getting ready to do is make a centralized bank that would pretty much turn the world's economy on its ear.
Wow.
And if he would have done that, because the money would have been backed up by all the natural resources that were right there in Africa. Because as far as resources are concerned, Africa is the richest continent on the planet. Everything comes from Africa. Gold, silver, diamonds,
oil,
everything comes from Africa.
Yeah.
And that's where that comes from. But go ahead, so brother, floor is yours.
Good. I think that's a good thing. I like that. Yeah.
Everybody doesn't see that. And that's what I'm saying. And that's the whole point of these shows.
Yep.
Is anytime you have an influx of capital from a central source, or they think you're about to get an influx of capital from a central source, that source is going to get taken out. They're going to do their best to take it out.
Oh yeah, man, that's what happened.
And if you think about Gaddafi, before he started making those moves, he was the best friend. He came in, he played him. He was playing chess with him.
Yeah.
Because he paid reparations to the victims of that plane crash.
Yes, he did.
It was,
yes, he did.
All of a sudden, you can find all kinds of pictures of DC power players with their arms around them.
Yep.
And then here we go. And everybody likes to talk about what was that big thing over there where the guy got killed. That's what they always refer back to. Benghazi.
I remember that.
But, if they do the research on that operation and the guy that got killed and his counterparts, those were Navy SEALs and special operators.
Yep.
That wasn't just an embassy.
No, it wasn't.
That was a CIA operation.
Oh, yes, it was.
You don't have former Navy SEALs sitting up as ambassadors. Nobody knew who that guy was until he got killed, and they needed to try to bring Hillary Clinton down.
There you go.
But that was a CIA operation. That was a Navy SEAL and special operatives, and it's easily, you might not pull up CIA operatives, but you can easily pull up his record and that he was a Navy SEAL.
Oh yeah, that's easy to pull up.
Right, and 2 + 2 is still 4. That math is simple. But that was to throw you, us. So once you get to talking about Benghazi, then you forget all about it.
Yeah, you do.
They're good at throwing that little red herring out there, and chase that.
Oh yeah, they'll distract you in a minute. They're really good at distraction. That's just like Nearly Fuller says. To coin a phrase from him, they're really good at deception.
They'll give you enough to nibble on.
Wow. Right. So, and the thing is, I guess the whole point of this is, people is never what it appears.
There you go.
There's always something more to it.
Oh yeah.
And my big thing now is trying to figure out what this whole Biden-Harris thing is, and what do they think it is, and how do we take advantage of it?
Right.
And we do have to take advantage of it in our own way because
Right.
it's what we have available. And since he said, and we heard the speech, he said that we had his back, so now he has ours. The time will tell if you really have our back. So, that's all I got to say about that.
And for him to say it, like I said, that's stepping way out there on the limb.
Yep.
He put a target on,
He knows.
Like I say, nothing said that, at least by a career politician, if nothing else, Biden is a career politician.
Yes, he
nothing
is.
Nothing is said without a reason.
Yep, exactly.
So, I don't know. Like I said, how do we hold them accountable?
Right.
It's with the vote. Right now, the simple thing is with the vote, the threat.
There you go.
So that's all we can do is threat, but behind that threat, like I said, we're back to the grassroots level. We need to register more people to vote, and when it comes time to turn out, well, before it comes time to turn out, say, this is what we got. This is what we know we're taking to the vote.
Right.
Yep. I mean, it's
or this is what we know we're not taking to the polls. It's up to you.
Well, it's like Malcolm said all those decades ago. So, bro, it's to be true yourself. We need to organize our vote and collectivize our vote. Because once we do that, since we do have that power and we know we have that power, we need to exercise that power. But that's the problem. A lot of us are scared to exercise that power.
Right. That's what I said. Who will tell them, hey, look, step it up? Yeah.
And that's how will you take? Why is that lady's name skipping my head? She registered 800 voters in 800,000.
Stacey Abrams.
Oh, she knows. Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, her. So we know right now she can tell those 800,000. Sit your ass down. When I say sit down.
Now, if she can do that for Georgia, what about everybody else in different states?
Well,
That'd be awesome.
Well, see, it can happen. That goes along the line with what me and Leslie were just talking about. We need to collectivize and get on one accord. Once you do that, man, the sky's the limit.
Now, the problem we face, and we always face it, is once we get these people up in D.C., power corrupts.
Yep.
And they become a part of the system. Right now, they are heavy hitters outside of the system.
Yep.
When they become a part of the system, if the system does not corrupt them and they stay true to where they come from, Stacey Abrams will get a position somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no doubt about
Definitely.
So once she's in the system and the system does not corrupt that, I don't think it will. I like to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And she maintains that power on her base in Georgia. And what she has is she has the same thing Obama has. She has a hell of a grassroots.
They have a good following.
Yep.
In Georgia. If she could coordinate that across the land, then she will probably be on a national level. That's power.
Yes, it is.
See, we're strategizing. Hopefully, they're strategizing. And like I say, once they get in D.C., the players in D.C. get to promising things and they get to doing things, and all of a sudden, our people still say the words.
Yep.
But their actions don't match their words.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, and that's where like I say, we still have to. But there's still, even that, if she were to get in a position of power and we see power corrupting or whatnot, even then, we still have that vote that got them there.
Yep.
They need that.
It's coming back to the same thing. Now it's on us.
Yep.
Good word.
You said a mouthful, man.
Good word.
That's all I wanted to hear right there.
That's why I said I want to hear what Les got to say.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I wanted to hear right there. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I'm good.
Now, see, how can a common man, like a regular man like Les, think of stuff like this? And these people get these positions. Do they think like that?
I'm gonna let Les answer that question.
Right now.
But do you think they think like that once they get in that position? They're thinking like you, long-term successfulness for everyone?
Well, the problem with D.C., that power structure in D.C. is once you get a taste of it, if it corrupts because the system makes you feel a whole lot more important than you are to them.
Wow.
Whereas right now you're important to us.
Right. Until you get up in there. Right.
Until you get up there. Then the system, okay, now how can we use you to benefit the system? And a lot of people fall for it. And the backroom deal, that's how Washington works. Washington works in the back room.
Yeah, it does. A whole lot of under the table type of thing. You wash my back, you wash my hands, I'll wash yours. That's just the way it is.
You pass this bill, I'll pass your bill.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they go in with the best of intentions. And the ones I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of. Oh, you had Maxine Waters. You had a few that remained true throughout, but it's a few. You look at Cory Booker, sold out to the drug company.
Oh, he sold out. He sold out quick, fast, and
he
hurry.
ran and he got his position back again. He got voted back in. Yeah.
Right, but that's because the people didn't hold him accountable. And that's the other thing. We need to line up their replacements.
Well, I think Cory got back in there because he made New Jersey legal now, so they can get weed. They legal now, so they probably like, okay, you gonna make legal? Okay, we gonna vote you back in.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't doing nothing up there.
They'll vote him back in. But
He got back in.
Does that benefit?
Yeah. They only do just
really
enough.
benefit?
Right, just enough.
And to make marijuana legal, did that benefit any black folk other than getting high?
That's it. That's the only benefit that there is.
Unless they take it all the way and open up their own dispensaries and things like that. If they take it like a business venture. But if it's just because they can sit in their house and in their car and smoke weed without getting busted, no, not at all.
And that brings us back to capital.
Yep.
So it's a cycle. Now, they need to be holding him accountable. Okay, you're back. Yeah, marijuana's legal. So what can we do?
Right.
As black folk? Because black folk put you here.
Right.
What can we do as black folk now that you're there? And if you don't make anything right for us, here's your replacement. Whoever runs against you, we're gonna make sure somebody of color. And that's how we hold them accountable. We have your replacement lined up, and your replacement is whoever we put up in there to run against you.
And that's
who's gonna win.
And that replacement is gonna do everything that we tell them to do.
Obviously, they need to do exactly. Right. Yeah, you need to show him everything. Yeah, that'll be the protocol.
Yep.
So the plan's not hard. It's the implementation that's hard. The hard part is getting us on the same sheet of music, and it's a long-term plan because it ain't gonna happen tomorrow. But we got 4 years to make some things happen.
There you go. Just like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, people are expecting it to happen overnight, but it's not going to. It's going to take time. It's going to take at least a minimum 2.5 years.
Right, and then like I say, you're going in with a divided Congress. So.
Yep.
And that could be, and that may be interesting because I think last time I checked, they had a runoff in Georgia for the Senate seat.
They did.
Yeah, this will be another.
They sure
January.
did.
Yeah.
Right. So you could end up with Kamala Harris actually being the tiebreaker.
Yep.
If it plays out to the blue side benefit. So, and that's another, how's the vote going to turn out and what senators are going to be put in place. So there's a whole lot of dynamics in play, but working on the assumption that you're going to have a divided Congress, you have to say, okay, whatever's going to get done is going to be done by executive order and manipulation that way, because there's no way in hell the bill's going to pass both houses and make it to Joe Biden. That's to our benefit specifically.
Right.
So we have to be realistic about that. So what can he realistically do through executive order? Right. All you can do is manipulate the money in the executive branch with an executive order.
Right.
You can do other things, but when it comes to the money,
he can't. His hands
he only
are tied.
got what Congress allocated to the executive branch.
Right.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right. That's
and even by him being in Congress or being in politics for 47 years, I think there's only so much. Even though he probably know the ins and out of it and how to work it, with this Congress being so divided and majority Republican, he gonna use that old saying, "My hands are tied."
Realistic.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, one thing we do know, he's probably one of the best at the backroom deal.
Absolutely. That's
no doubt about it. No doubt about
sir.
it. He knows the ins and outs of it. He's seen it all and done it all.
Right. He knows every crack and crevice of the Senate. So you know, he knows what some skeletons are.
Absolutely.
Where the bodies are buried.
Oh, no doubt.
And I'm, you know, and at some point that's gonna work to, I don't know if it's gonna work to our benefit, but that's gonna make him accomplish. It's gonna help him accomplish a whole lot more than they think he.
I hope it works in our
But
benefit.
what he will accomplish specifically for us, that's gonna be, because you still got them hardcore, the South, regardless of what people say, that Southern bloc of senators. Oh, that's a rough bunch, and it always has been. You know, they go by different names here and there. It used to be the Dixiecrats back in the day, but that's a powerful bunch.
Very.
And they will remain a powerful bunch.
Yep.
So, anyway, that's the realistic take on politics.
There you go. There you go. And we appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I knew you were going to bring it. I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it.
I look forward to it. I was out riding around when the show came on. I'm like, oh, I got to hurry up and get home. I can get home.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And I like listening to the first 20, 30 minutes or so, just so you all help me get my brain right.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Thinking right.
That's what we do.
Where we need to be.
There you go. That's kind of the point, man.
Yeah,
because like, you know, because like when I come up with the books every black person should read, you know, I'm quite, like I said, I'm quite sure if you don't have all of them, you got the majority of them. So you know, and that's
we have pretty much the same library.
I'm not surprised at all.
And you do have this one, the one he mentioned.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
Okay,
I got that one. Medical apartheid.
Yeah,
I got that one. It's on my Kindle, but I do have it.
Okay, I'm gonna read that. I'm interested now.
Oh yeah, it's a good read. It's a good read. I mean, you know, and I'm glad he brought that book up because like that was one that was going to be a book I was going to put up on a future show when we start talking about things like that. And I know you got the new Jim Crow, right, Soul Bro?
Oh yes, I got that.
Good.
I got new Jim Crow and a few others. There's another. It's not by a black author, but it's something with law. I'll figure it out. But it breaks down. You talked about the black codes and whatnot, but it breaks down the laws over the years. And you know, from I think it's 16 something all the way up to present time, to include the redlining laws, the black codes, etc. This stuff was in black and white, and it was specifically targeting us. I mean, and they didn't target us in general. They targeted us specifically where they wrote it out: blacks, Negroes, etc., etc.
Wow.
Couldn't live here, couldn't go here, and you know, probably one of the most stupid. Like he alluded, I might have talked directly about it. You know, couldn't be out at a certain time, but the other law was, okay, you're out and you don't have a job. Well, they made that against the law for a black person not to have a job.
Exactly, they did. They called it loitering. Yeah, that's what them loitering laws came about.
Wow.
I think you did.
If you have a job, you go to jail and work for free for the state.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I read a book similar to that. I think you might be talking about the same book, Les, The Color of Law. That the one you're talking about?
That's it.
Yeah.
That book blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
That book right there.
she read that book because she read that book because she had asked me to get her that book. I had already had it and read it, and she asked me to get her a copy, so I got her a copy. And once she read it, she found out that everything that I was talking about was coming into fruition. So that was her journey. That was her first.
I still refer
introduction
back to that
it.
time. Like, remember the book? Oh my God, that book was. That's
and they're so bold, you know.
In your face with it, just
right.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
To their credit, and you know, one of the laws was you couldn't teach us how to read.
There you go.
So
Where
we
to
were
live,
ignorant
where to
of the
go.
law.
Yeah.
And one of their famous sayings is, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Oh yeah. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. They just an excuse to throw you butt in jail.
Right.
That's it. So, you know, but like I say, people need to get these books and find out this isn't happenstance. This is a plan that's been in play, and just because, well, and here's the deal. many of those laws, though they don't enforce them, some of those antiquated laws are still on some books.
Oh yes.
They are.
Yes, they are.
But anyway, I have gotten long-winded.
No, you speaking some wisdom, my brother. Good.
Man, like
Need
I
to
said,
be heard.
like I said, Les, man, you know, I love our conversations,
Absolutely.
man, and like I said, me and you go way back to the fields, literally. So to dirt roads and to dirt roads and pine trees, man.
Wow.
So you know,
Nice.
so but yeah, like I said, you know, this is my brother. I've been, you know, we've been
So
cool.
this not kindergarten?
No.
You used to think about that this morning.
Nah. See, Les is a grade ahead of me, but
Okay.
you know, I was in the 3rd grade, he was in the 4th, and that's how I came
so
across
3rd
him.
grade.
So
Okay.
But
Okay.
we went on each other for a long time, man.
That's
like I said, I've
good.
always admired this brother. So you know, and that's just how we are. We cool like that. So you know.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and we can, you know, birds of a feather tend to flock together,
Oh yeah.
and we were cool nerds. we were the nerds.
Yes, we were.
In the sense
We were.
of, we were going to excel academically.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of us in the Soul Brother group, all of us.
Right. And that was a prerequisite to even be in the group. You had to. That was a requirement.
That was a
Wow.
requirement. That was a requirement.
Yeah, one of those that excelled academically. If you were just a great athlete, hey, good to see you. But can you make this grade?
There you go. There you go.
In
And
this subject?
So y'all
and then the
hold
thing
each
of it
other
is, see, with the Soul Brothers, every single last one of us, we always took the advanced classes. You know, we took stuff like chemistry, calculus, geometry.
Yeah.
We took all those classes.
Wow.
Yeah, and we excelled in them. You know, so yeah. That's just how we were.
So it
Boys
was
from
a
the fields
small,
excel.
tight group.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
there wasn't
good.
very many of us, but you know, still.
Wow. Don't hear about that a lot.
But yeah, but as usual, Les, we appreciate you calling in, man.
Absolutely. Yes,
And I don't know what the show is gonna be about next week, but I would definitely let you know. Hey, you know what? Hey, man, call in anytime, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, I enjoyed that.
Okay.
All right, man. Talk to you later,
Have a
Les.
good night.
All right.
All right.
Bye. Wow. Some more powerful words, y'all.
Oh
More
man.
powerful words.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Got you thinking.
Oh yeah, it's real talk, man. So you know.
Good talk.
Well, I guess we can wrap this up.
All right, so
It had some good stuff.
where do we go from here?
Well,
only,
like I
only
said,
ones will know.
well, we
Hold them accountability, though.
there you go. That's pretty much it. We got to hold our politicians accountable for their actions, and hopefully Biden and Kamala Harris will keep their word by saying that they have our back.
Right.
And if they don't have our back, we're not going to have theirs.
It's just like Les said, Biden kind of like put himself up there.
He
like,
put himself out there.
You guys were the one black people. Yeah,
He put himself out there.
he did.
He put
so
himself out there. So
It's like he's saying, you got me, I got you, but we're going to see if he really got us.
yeah,
We're
we'll
gonna see if
see.
he really got us.
We'll see.
All right, y'all. Now, don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe, man. Hit that like button. Hit that notification button. So
Alerts.
by all means,
Absolutely.
and tell friends, family, and neighbors about us. You know, so we can get those numbers up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
So you know, we'll be all right. And it's like I told people, I'm not making any money off of this, so I'm not
No.
gonna start begging.
No.
Nah, this is a labor of love, plain and simple.
Absolutely.
So you know, so don't start thinking I'm getting rich off of this because I'm not. I should say we're getting rich off of this because we're not.
I'm getting rich. I'm getting rich off of knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's about the only thing you're getting rich off of. is
Books
getting
to
that-
read.
Yeah, exactly.
And other people's point of view of how they think and see
There you
things.
go. That's it.
Because
That's
you
it.
can never have just your point of view. Because you'll
Of
just
course
be
not.
like
You,
that
you
little
gotta have different
hamster.
perspectives on everything. You know, that's how the
Absolutely.
world works.
I mean, I know you and I talk all the time about you incorporate other people. I've learned and gained so much more. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, but
All right,
yeah,
baby, you ready to go?
let's get out of here.
All righty.
So we can go ahead and go about our lovely afternoon. Well, lovely evening, I should
Evening,
say. Yeah. This evening now. It's 6
All right.
o'clock.
Okay.
But anyway, y'all, like I said, hit the like button, hit the alerts, subscribe, and tell people about us because hey man, we're only gonna get better and bigger. So the bigger we get, the better we get. Plain and simple. So, but anyway, in the meantime, I'm Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.